In this video, I want to show you how to edit a lesson that you got from the MultiTeach community. So I'm in my lessons.nuatech.com site. I'm logged in, and I have this lesson that I downloaded from the MultiTeach community, but I want to change it a little bit. So to edit it, what I need to do is find the lesson icon, look for the three dots that's available below the name of the lesson, click on those three dots, and then notice the first option that comes up will be Edit. So I'm going to click on Edit, and it's going to come up to where the content was actually built by the original creator. So I'll see that I've got the lesson here at the top. I might want to rename it something that's going to work for me, that I can tell exactly what the lesson is. Then down here I see the actual content for this particular lesson. Now it's going to vary a little bit depending on what type of activity the lesson is. For this particular one, this is just tagged lesson. I see the items that were going to be labeled on the picture over here on the right. So let's say something was misspelled. I could just click in the text box and change the spelling if I needed to. If there's an item in there that maybe I don't want included in the lesson, I could literally just click on this dash in front of the word, and it's going to take that item out of the lesson. Additionally, I can click here on the double hash and click and drag and reorganize items in the list as well. If I wanted to add more things to the lesson, in this particular case, more items that I want them to label on the picture, I can click Create Content. It's going to give me a blank, and then I can add whatever that particular item is. So once again, this is going to vary depending on what exactly the lesson is, but it's going to have similar options here. Notice I also have a customized content choice here. If I click here on customized content, this is where I would change where the tags are for this particular lesson. Notice that sample one that I just added isn't on here, so it's in red. If I click on that, I would tag it as to where it needs to be on the particular picture. I drag this little icon around. I could also change colors. Let's say I don't like the color choice that the original creator made for the tags. I could click a different color here and then say apply that to all. So once again, it's going to vary a little bit depending on what the lesson is, but you do have a lot of different options here of things that you can change. I'm going to click back on Manage Content, so I go back to the keywords. Over here on the right side of the screen, I see that I could change the font. So maybe I don't like the Arial font that they chose, so I could change it to Courier. I also could change my theme for the background. So I could say I want to make this blueprint. For this, it's just kind of changing the color behind the activity. Notice on this particular lesson, they put a picture of a cell on the background. So they've got the picture of the cell, and then they have the diagrams of the cell. I don't like that, so I can click the X here and take that off. So now I just see that blue background. I can also tell it if I have a picture there, do I want that picture to fill the entire screen, or what do I want to do with that picture? Notice if your activity is something that you want to turn into a game, you can also set a timer here and say, I want to give the kids 2 minutes to complete this. So you make those changes there. Lastly, up here, I'm on the Manage Content tab. Notice there's a Lesson Information tab. If I can click on that one as well, maybe I don't like the description, or I want to add to the description that was on the original lesson, I can change that here. If there was a YouTube video and I don't like that video, I could delete it out, or I could put a different one in. Notice that if you do have a video, you can say where you want the video to start and where you want it to stop. So that video comes up at the beginning of the lesson, and then kids will watch that video prior to actually doing the activity. And then there's the option there, show before a lesson, yes or no. So yes, I want them to watch the video first. If the original creator did put tags, you'll see those tags on there in terms of age, subject, country. If you need to edit those, do so. Notice this particular person actually added some websites to the lesson. And then any additional keywords that you may want to edit. And then if you want to add your own standards, you could take away the standards that they use for their state and put your own standards on there if you want to. So all of those changes, once you make them, it's automatically saved to your particular copy of the lesson that's in your lessons within the online lesson site. If you need to check it, you can click up here on the play button and you'll actually see the lesson. So I'll see the video take place. I can hit this X to stop the video, and then it'll go ahead and go into the activity. So if everything looks good, I'm going to click here on the 3 lines, and then I'm going to say go back to my lessons. And then I'm back to my lessons, and notice here is the new edited activity for me with my changes right there in my list of lessons. Hopefully that helps you know how to edit a lesson that you get from the MultiTeach community.